Hey, good morning. Monday morning. Man, I hope you guys are having, starting off with being a blessed day. This is our Monday morning devotions. I hope you guys are encouraged by it. I'm gonna jump right into it. Just it's been a wild week in our country, but I think there's something here that kind of can make some sense out of what we see, and maybe give some answers where people are kind of struggling to figure out what's going on. Jesus is talking here in Mark chapter 7. He's talking to some people, some religious people that are a little offended that his disciples aren't rolling with the program and they're not washing their hands before they eat and blah 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 and all the religious stuff that they're supposed to be doing. And he says this in Mark 7 verse 20. He said, he went on and he said, what comes out of a person is what defiles them. He just got finished saying that there's nothing that goes into a person that defiles them. He says, but what comes out of a person is what defiles them. For it is from within, out of a person's heart, that evil thoughts come: sexual immorality, theft, murder, adultery, greed, malice, deceit, lewdness, slander, arrogance, and folly. All of these things come from inside of a person, and that is what defiles them. You know, there's a lot of assessments to what's going on right now in our country, and people wanting answers, and people wondering how could somebody be so harsh as a law enforcement officer and take somebody's life like that. That's unimaginable. And then in response, there's a lot of people that are looking and going, why in the world are people burning things and stealing things? And so one of the things that we looked at yesterday on Sunday, with just a complete wreckage of our technology, nothing worked. But one of the things that we looked at was that if you look in the wrong place for the problem, then you're not going to find the solution. And so for a lot of people, they're looking at all the things that need to be changed in America. They're looking at, well, the police department needs to be changed. Well, the inner cities need to be changed, and you need more education, and you need better jobs and better paying things. And okay, there's probably truth in all that, no doubt. But that's not the problem. And if you look for the problem in the wrong place, you're not going to find the solution, because Jesus says the problem is actually inside of people. It's not on the outside. It's not going and finding the problem in government and fixing it, because you can do that, or you can make government better. At the end of the day, you're still left with the broken, wicked heart of humanity, meaning that everything, it's like a little kid who comes in the house and he has mud on his hand. Everything he touches is going to have mud on it. And eventually, it's the same thing with humanity. Everything humanity touches, at some point, it's going to be stained with the sin that stains humanity. So even if God just erased everything and cleaned everything up and handed it back over, it's just a matter of time before it's corrupted again. And the reason is the problem is inside of us, Jesus said. That is the problem. Why did a murder take place on Monday? A murder took place because Jesus said it's from within, out of the heart of man, that proceed murders. Right? Man's heart is evil. There's the problem. Why is it that people are looting and stealing stuff and burning buildings? It's not because they're trying to make a point. Everybody with a sound mind knows it. They're not trying to make a point. Jesus said it's from within, out of the heart of a person, that murder comes, that thievery comes, that destruction comes. Right? Jesus said of the devil, he said he comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. So where you see killing, like you saw last Monday, where you see stealing, like you see last week, where you see destruction, Jesus said those are all character traits of the evil one. That's not God. That's not justice. And so you have all of this that's pinned up in the human heart. There's where you find the problem. So why look for the solution somewhere else other than right here? Now, the question then becomes, well, how do you solve that? How do you go into a man and fix the heart? Because all the solutions we are offering are from the outside. Let's be kinder. Let's sit down at the table. Let's talk. Okay, fantastic. Let's do all that. The problem is if the problem is inside, then the solution has to deal with the inside of the heart of man. And I don't see anything in this world that can do that. The only thing that can do that, the only thing I've seen that has transformed the heart of a person is the gospel of Jesus Christ. That is it. When a person receives the gospel, when a person understands that it is Christ who transforms the heart and he deals with the inside of the cup, not the outside of the cup. Anybody can clean up the outside of the cup. Big deal. You got a shiny vessel on the outside, but Jesus said inside you're full of dead man's bones. It's like a whitewashed sepulcher. It's beautiful on the outside, but inside it's corrupt. When the gospel deals with the inside of the human heart, it cleans you from the inside out. So your conduct becomes a byproduct of the gospel's transformation of your life. Meaning that if the God of all eternity, who is love, imparts his character to me through the gospel as I accept it and allow it to transform my life, listen, I don't kill people. I don't treat people with injustice. I don't discriminate. I don't show prejudices because Jesus doesn't do that, right? But the gospel is the thing that surgically removes that stuff from my heart. If I receive the gospel, I don't burn things down. I don't steal things. Why? Because I align myself with the God of all eternity, not the one who's the killer, the stealer, and the destroyer. Right? And so as we're just in this tumultuous time in our nation's history, I don't see a better time for the gospel to be so relevant to every person as they're watching the display of their depravity on Fox and CNN and every other news network. I mean, God is showing us. He's saying, listen, this is what you're capable of and far worse. Just hold on. You haven't seen nothing yet. So what's the point? The point is our message shouldn't be merely let's sit down and let's understand each other more. Okay, our message should more deeply entail our hearts are wicked. Our hearts are not okay. And it's the gospel that transforms the heart. And we need to get that into the equation. Or listen, the best we might have, the best scenario is we have a behavioral modification thing that maybe it lasts for a little while, maybe it doesn't, and then you find yourself right back to where you were before. But the gospel is the power of God to salvation, man, and when it takes hold of a heart, man, it changes a person. So, man, think about that, dwell on that this Monday as you go through your week. Hope you have a blessed week, and God bless you.